My name is Kristin Wolff, and I do a variety of things. I work for a firm called Social Policy Research Associates in Oakland, California. We're sort of a policy think tank, but we do a lot of action research and a lot of technical assistance. I also own my own business called Thinkers and Doers, and I'm a student and a volunteer, lots of things, like many people in this business. We have, I think, not done as effective a job as we might in communicating and making possible the great ideas that social innovators have and are implementing all over. We have not been able to connect them to the policy space very effectively. That's what Europe is working on. There is a much richer dialogue in the policy space around social innovation than in the US. However, our connectivity has enabled us to do things at a mass scale entirely outside of traditional organizations. That is, in effect, what has made social innovation possible. So the sort of the experimenting that's going on in that space is rich and diverse, and I think provides great reason for hope. We need to do a better job as kind of stewards of this area in connecting some of those ideas and connecting those innovations to others who could use them, in connecting social innovators to each other to learn, in connecting great ideas to people who can scale them. And that's messy. And that's a world in which policy can play an important role. The kinds of challenges we're facing today, we've not faced. Leaders today have not had to confront the kinds of sort of fundamental transformations nationally, economically, socially that we're confronting today. And we see in your version of it, we have austerity and riots over austerity measures. In our context, we have Occupy movements in every state in the nation, every state. These are not isolated. We don't quite know how to manage them. The challenges are substantial enough and serious enough that we really ought to be looking far and wide for solutions. And social innovation, and the people who do it, whether they call themselves social innovators or not, they could be hackers, they could be entrepreneurs, they could be neighbors. To the extent that they are willing to step forward and offer ideas and solutions, these are things we need to take seriously. And policy frameworks and our behavior as actors in this space can help that, or it can inhibit it, and I would hope that it would help. There's a world of people today who got into the public sector, got into the NGO world, got into whatever worlds they're in that are related to social innovation, that want to change the world, and they're trying to do it from their patch. They're often doing it in isolation. They're doing it without permission to be experimenting, and there are ways to open that box. We could do that tomorrow. Our connectivity really challenges and opens up opportunities for solving those fundamental problems that require mass organization, and we can now organize in new ways, outside of organizations or within them. So it changes the playing field. And so, social innovation in a way is a name for an old practice in this new environment, and at a time when the institutions we created generations ago are no longer meeting our needs. Networks like Six play a critical role in convening, in that they promote not just knowledge sharing, but knowledge accumulation and knowledge dissemination. And that accelerates the speed with which social innovations and solutions, really that's what this is about. I mean, the point of social innovation isn't to be social innovators. The point is to generate impact. The point is to generate better solutions, right? So to the extent that Six plays a role in convening people who are doing that work, it's accelerating that process. It's not just connecting with our neighbors, it's global. So that means the places in which ideas are generated are more numerous than ever. So that is why we need networks and intermediaries like Six, because the scale is so large. And actually, we know a lot about this because we know how networks work, right? Networks have hubs. they don't just have centers and then endless nodes. They have hubs. And so intermediaries kind of play that role. They're connectors, they accelerate information transfer, and that's what we need. They connect people, they connect ideas across any geography, really, across geographies, across sectors, across demographic groups. And we need to source solutions from everywhere. So organizations like SIX or networks like SIX play a really important role in acting as a kind of glue, acting as an accelerator for the spread of ideas, for the building of capacity, for training, for professional development, for also just kind of spirit, really, esprit de corps, because this work isn't easy. And so you almost need to know you're in good company to do it.